Well, continuing with my root cellar saga. It's still not finished, but it is functional. Before that, I'll show you something else. It's a mild day today, but we've had some pretty cold temperatures already. It's almost the end of December. But I've still been picking the kale from the garden, and it's perfectly good. So I didn't have to put that into the root cellar. But I do have some dried for later on when this is more frozen. Okay, so I've just put these tarps over the front. And this door here is just a piece of insulation that I've put up. This is to remove it. This is electricity going in. Now this isn't completely finished because there's no door behind it yet. Pulled out the door and I'm going to go over the bar here. I have a light over here. And it's a mild day, so I really don't have to shut that. But I could. Temperature is about 40, and that's great. And I have this heater set to go off when it gets down to about 40 Fahrenheit or 5 Celsius. Pardon the mess, but we don't have the shelving all done. I put some garlic up there just to see how it does just hanging. Got my preserves that I'm working at here that I've been eating. These are my cabbages. There's two kinds of cabbages that I'm saving for seed. Now there's a bit of problem with the mold or something happening on that one, so I'll have to perhaps tend to that. These are my turnips that I'm saving to plant out in the spring for seed. And look for everything that I've got here. My seed onions. These are my seed onions. I believe those are Spanish onions. I've put my turmeric in here as well. I haven't really looked at it. Seems okay. A little bit of mold growing on. And I have been working away eating my potatoes. Oh, here's seed cooking onions. Cooking onions. Cooking onions. That's some of the best for that. Now here's a bunch of carrots and onions. Oh, here's a bunch of the rest of the onions. Squash, some leftover turnips. I didn't have a lot of turnips. I put my carrots in just this bag, but also in this container. The beets as well, those are for seed. And once I'm out of these in the bag, and which they're staying pretty good so far, it's not even the end of December yet though. These are in a moist peat moss, these carrots, and there's some seed carrots in there, and the others I'll just eat them. Here's some more potatoes in this corner. The seed potatoes are in this box, and I believe there are more Spanish onions in here. Not really that organized for this first year. All the shelving isn't up yet, but I'm getting a good sense of what can work. And I've got seeds in here to keep them good, keep them better for, you know, planting in the spring. Yeah, so I think that's everything that I got in here. And so of course there'll be more shelving in the future and more organized. What have I got in here? I forget what I got in there, but I can put flour and grains and stuff for bread also in here to keep them fresh longer. The door that was built for this will go on in the spring. I'll take this bracing out. The soil around the root cellar should be good and solid by that time. Now I can pull this insulation over top of the door in future. And also I can shut the door from the inside if it's a cold day. My plan is to have another layer of maybe 2 big sheets of insulation that I can remove easily from the front there. And then I'll experiment to see if I can keep food in here during the winter without the heater. So far everything's kept fairly well. I'll report back in the spring. As far as apples go, I prefer to dry them. I could keep them in the root cellar, I suppose, but I need to keep them separate from the potatoes because I believe I've read somewhere that the apples will make the potatoes sprout earlier. So I dry a lot of things too.